I don't really know anything about computers, especially old computers. All I have to go on is that picture I showed you. I'll attach the image. Be absolutely positively sure to reply, okay? I'll be waiting. And if you could, I'd be super happy if you gave me your super hacker friend's email address. I'll mail you again. It's okay to mail you again, right? Of course it is. Bye. Moeka. Oh. Okay. Hold on. What's with this email? Disregarding the weird timing. Is this really the gloomy and sociable woman I met in front of Radican? Yeah, she is very talkative in text, at the very least. She is very talkative in text format. Maybe she is the type of person that is more comfortable with, like, from a distance, like talking to people with text and all that, instead of, like, in front of people, I guess. She's like a completely different person in this email. Does she have split personalities or something? Says the person who is so wacky in a Chunibyo. Well, I got some info about the IBN 5100, so I guess I should give her a reply. But if I send an immediate reply to a woman I just met, won't I come off as clingy and desperate? Kyoma will not be taken lightly. This is my chance to make her understand which one of us is the superior human being. And above all, I have yet to ascertain if she can be trusted. Can I reply? Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah, this is the computer. Can I reply? I tell Daro to wait a bit as I start typing out a response. Okay, this is a little bit of an interesting interaction over here while I'm trying to talk to Daro. It's not like I trust her, but I figured I should tell her what I learned from Daro. And then she'll be completely discouraged. Alright. He's heard about the IBN 5100. As expected, it is extremely rare. Last month, some PC otaku searched all over Akiba without finding one. Turns out that rumor you heard was false. Elpsai Kongru. Alright. Okay. What? A response already? Hardly any time lag? As always, shining finger, your digits defy the laws of physics. Okay, maybe she is a robot. And she's pretending to be human. Uh-oh. I started reading the email. Oh, damn it. Just as I thought, that woman has a predisposition for harassment. Is that true? It can't be. I'll mail you again. By the way, you mentioned a John something or other, didn't you? Does that John person have an IBN 5100? Please reply soon. Moeka. I never should have gotten involved with her. Let's not reply to this one. No, hold on. I fulfilled my minimum obligation. I have nothing to feel guilty about. No, hold on. I am a little bit interested. Okay, I guess I cannot reply anymore. Well, at least not to this one. At least not yet.
それで一つだけ確認したいんだが。
I scan the area with my eyes once more. Then I lean in close.
IBN 5100は世界滅亡の引き金になるアイテムなんだな。
なんでだよ。引き金にはならないし、世界滅亡もしないっつの。
にゃに？世界滅亡しちゃうのかにゃ
Fadia springs my omelet rice. She's doing her cat-like gestures while keeping her tray balanced on one hand. True feline agility. Despite her nyan nonsense, Farias is the consummate professional.
ご主人様、お待たせしましたにゃんにゃん。オムライスにゃん。
The cat girl puts the omelette rice on the table and then takes a bottle of ketchup from her apron pocket. She uses it to write, "The world is doomed," in red letters upon the omelette's blank yellow canvas. Red letters?
世界滅亡前にどうぞ召し上がれ。
Excuse me, I was in a completely different world there for a second when I saw the red letters.
おお、世界がやばい、きた。フェイリスさんの丸文字の可愛さに僕もやばい。
It appears the cuteness has shattered Daru's sanity. I give him a look that says, "Calm down, man, calm down. Keep your pants on," but to no avail. I smooth out the ketchup with the bottom of my spoon, erasing the ketchup words.
ああ、もったいない。
What were you gonna do? Were you gonna take it like home and just like put it in some safe space to never eat it? I'm going to eat it either way.
ダルニャンダルニャン、フェイリス杯の件考えてくれたかにゃ。
Fires cup?
ああ、もちろん。僕も参加します。
フェイリス杯？なんだそれは。
I take a mouthful of omelette rice.
次の日曜日にこの店でライネットの大会をやるのにゃ。
Faris starts dancing in place. I prefer she not jump around like that when people are eating nearby.
フェイリスはその幹事であり実行委員長、つまり言い出しっぺなのにゃ。よかったら今日も参加するにゃ。参加費はドリンク込みで1000円。フェイリスに勝てた人には商品として手作り料理を振る舞うにゃ。
無理無理。オカリンはライネットには詳しくないんだ。
にゃー、面白いのに。
いいんだ、俺は。
I stop shoveling the omelette rice into my mouth. Then I deliver a melancholy sigh.
ライネットアクセスバトラーズか。その名を聞くたびチャンピオンだったあいつのことを思い出す。あれからもう2年になるのか。
Oh. Didn't thought it was a true backstory right over here.
いや、なんでもない。今のは忘れてくれ。
にゃにゃ、すっごーく思わせぶりな態度だったのにゃ。あいつって誰にゃ。
多分存在しないんじゃね。ライネットって公式大会が始まったのは1年前ぐらいだし。
今日まあの人のことまだ忘れられないのかにゃ。
Wait, hold on a second. I was about to let the conversation go, but what if this is another time divergence kind of thing where in the previous world this kind of tournament for Rainet did exist like more than 2 years ago, but now we're in a world where it only appeared like a year ago. Is that gonna be important? Probably not, but...
はあ。
確かにあの頃あの人フェイリスのお兄ちゃんとキョウマはとっても仲が良くてフェイリスも嫉妬しちゃうぐらいだったにゃ。
Damn it. She took my story and ran with it again. I never even said anything about him being her brother. Now, I don't know if Faris even has siblings. I shouldn't have talked about stuff like this in front of Faris.
でもいい加減思い出にばかりすがるのはやめるにゃ。
Faris, just... No, you know, you're adorable, you're cute, you are a very sweet girl, but can you shut up for a little bit? You're gonna create like even more confusion in my head. Like differentiating between like time divergence moments and this backstory that you keep creating right over here. Her shout resounds throughout the store. Her finger snaps at me. No.
フェイリスは辛くても辛いからこそお兄ちゃんの意志を継いでライネッターになったんだにゃ。覚えてるかにゃ。お兄ちゃんがいつも言ってた言葉、いつかライネットで世界に平和をもたらそうって。
フェイリス、コーヒー持ってきて。
I present my empty plate to Faris. Yeah, let's just drink our coffee and get out of here quickly. I always wait quickly. It's a habit I picked up naturally during my years on the run from the organization. Screw the slow food trend. Slow food trend? Food that takes time to cook and eat, as opposed to fast food or instant foods. Oh.
かしこまりましたにゃ。少々お待ちください。
Says the person that is against the organization. You are against the traditional slow food making and you're gonna consume like the instant junk food that corporations are gonna keep making for you to milk money out of you. Farius takes the dish and heads back to the counter. Well, if I let things going as they were, I would have had to play along for another 10 minutes in her fantasy world.
フェイリスタンは知る人ぞ知る実力派ライネッターなんだぜ。
Daughter explains with a wry smile.
非公式の野良試合では400戦無敗なのさ。
ヒクソンかよ。
Daughter ignores my perfect retort. Okay, so it is true that that she is pretty good at writing that thing.
フェイリスタンが公式大会に出ないのが残念だよ。出れば優勝間違いなしなのに。
なんで出ないんだ？
この店のご主人様たちを第一に考えてるってことっしょ。店に迷惑をかけてまで大会には出ないってスタンス？メイドの鏡だろマジで。それにマユシと同い年だから学校も行かなきゃいけないだろうし。
店に迷惑かけないと言っておきながらフェイリス杯なるものを店で開くのか？
細けいことはいいんだよ。とりあえずフェイリスタンは可愛い。可愛いは正義。猫耳ロリメイドはけしからん。性的な意味で。それでいいだろう。
お前は結局二次元派なのか三次元派なのかどちらなのだ？
あえて言おう。倍であると。
いろいろとフリーダムだな、ダルは。
よく言われます。さあせん。
Daughter usually doesn't show enthusiasm for anything. The exceptions are Moe and Ferris. I wish he were this passionate about our experiments. I had to pull Dot away from fire so we could return to the lab. We are to find it outer than a sauna in hell. Alright, well, let's just land on the couch and read our email right over here. Alright, let's see. Oh, I still cannot reply to this. You're more perceptive than I thought, yeah? So now you understand what's at stake. The Red Southern Cross will soon hatch. Yeah? The time has come for Haris to journey to the sanctuary and prepare for... I can say no more, yeah. Eh? The fuck are you talking about? The final battle is close at hand. Perceptive? What are you talking about? What are you testing me with this mockery? What is Red Southern Cross? See, so the holders of original sin, those who like me were born of Prototype 13, have begun to assemble in Akiba. Guided by the star that we alone can see, the time is right. Impossible. You mean it's already awakening? That's 50 years earlier than I predicted. What does this mean? You know what? Sure, whatever. Whew, it's so hot in here. I quickly opened the windows, letting a small breeze blow in. It won't be enough. I flip our fan to full power and place it on the table in front of me. I really wish we had an air conditioner. I turn on the computer. This is our PC for communal use among lab members. It still uses an old CRT monitor, so it looks ancient. But don't Don't let its looks deceive you. Our computer whiz, Staru, scrounged up some parts and made some must with. In any case, okay. Bless my face, I guess. In any case, I don't spend much time on it. I mostly use it to update the Future Gadget Laboratory's homepage. Check my email, visit new sites, and browse ad channel. I wonder if the new title is still posting. Yeah, more than likely. Alright, time to time to continue with the adventures of Tider in our brand new world right over here. I see that everyone would like to know more about my time machine. I'm happy to explain. Just so you know, it's impossible to reproduce with current technology. Certain critical components won't exist until certain events them in 2034. Time travel works by altering gravity. Basically, you can think of it as using the twin paradox, but that alone isn't enough to reverse time. Altering gravity, yeah. So, I'm thinking that part of the reason... Christ, again? This is like a brand new recording session right over here, and I sneezed again. I sneezed at the beginning of this recording session, and I sneezed at the end of the last recording session. Cause I just started like a minute ago, before opening this, like these posts right over here. Damn. What was I gonna say? So I'm thinking that part of the reason why John Titor just came to this time, if what they're saying is true, trying to find that IBM 5100 is because it is required for the time machine to create his own time machine with like altering parts. Still here, Faker? You're annoying. Go away. So your power is gravity control? Chevy, not bad. Still not enough for top tier power levels. Oh boy. With today's current trend and all that, we're gonna be we would expect like words like aura farming being thrown around here and there. The twin paradox, is that like the Urashima effect? That's just slowing me time down, not reversing it. Who gives a shit about a time machine? Give me stock prices. And why the fuck are you even here? I don't think that you should be posting here for stock prices. Oh wait, it's Okabe. He threw like a post right over here. It uses Typler cylinders and curved black holes, doesn't it? Just like I said 10 years ago. And your time machine is a 1970s Chevy. I know all about it. Is that a Back to the Future reference? I don't know. Like, what was the car that was used in Back to the Future? Oh god, shut the fuck up, you disgusting chuny scum. Okay, clearly Okabe has like a history slash is like infamous on the internet by now, judging by the response. The twin paradox and the Hiroshima effect are different things. Duh. Time traveler. Lol. Join Tider. Lol. We had that same kind of response before. A Chevy's an American car, right? I'd rather go German with a BMW. Lol. Same as my father, actually. By Typler cylinders, are you referring to the Typler machine? Lol, what? Oh, Kurigo Hane Kamehameha. Again. A Typler cylinder would have to be like 10 km in diameter, like 1000 km long, has mass equal to the sun, and revolve 2500 times per second to become a time machine. Lol. You silly? How do you fit that onto a Chevy? Even if you could, a Typler machine can travel farther back in time than the moment of its creation. Enough of your delusions. Etchana is not your blog. I want to hear from Tider. Okay. Okay, well this is a surprise. Does this mean people of this age already know about my time machine? Did you really encounter me 10 years ago? This is referring to Okabe's response right over here. If so, then that must have been on another world line. I, at least, have not gone to the year 2000. That's this word again, like world line. In any case, the important point is that a rotating black... hole has the same effect as a Typer machine. Typer cylinder. You can learn more about Kerr black holes by studying the Penrose diagram of Typer's calculations. My time machine works by generating a pair of Kerr black holes. Kerr black holes. Okay. Trying to like understand what I hear. Side note, I took like notes of Makise Chris's lesson on time traveling and all that. I wrote like everything like theoretical that she said, and to check it later. In Japanese, please. Tyler came 10 years ago? Where's the sauce? Give me the sauce, yo! What the fuck are Kerr black holes? Explain using boobies or erotic one. It's like those replies that that on social media you have some difficult post to understand, and somebody's gonna be like, can somebody explain this to me in like 5-year-old mentality or some other mentality that would make it goofy? I'll pay 1,000 yen to ride your time machine. Not a yen more. Source is Sounds Delusions. Lol. Real deal. So many tips. He didn't deny it, did he? Actually, can I, nah, I cannot check, like, the tips right now. He didn't deny it? All about Howin's crazy train. Prepare for a train wreck. Kerr black hole time travel is theoretically possible, but 1. How do you get black holes to spin? Don't tell me you wait until you find one spinning naturally. That's ridiculous. And 2. How do you pass through a singularity? There's no way a Chevy can withstand the pressure. Why the short explanations, John? You stupid? You wanna die? Vietnam flashbacks. Still no stock prices? And there's another response from Okabe Hoinkyoma. This isn't a delusion. I know for a fact that title posted 10 years ago. There's even a book about it. Search the used bookstores if you don't believe me. His Chevy has a gravity distortion unit. That's what he said 10 years ago. Gravity distortion unit, okay. Yes, it does have a gravity distortion unit. My time machine is not perfect. I love, by the way, I love that this guy is running along. Is that the right way to say it? Running along with Rintaro's spiel right over here. That, so you've seen me like 10 years ago? That must be a completely different role line. I'm assuming that role line basically means the same as timeline, in a completely different timeline, like when it comes to time traveling and all that. I assume that's the way. So he's not being like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? My time machine is not perfect. It was built by a third party who reverse engineered CERN's design. The gravity distortion unit is a little unstable. First, the unit produces a micro singularity, then injects electrons to induce rapid rotation. This generates a local gravity sine wave. You know, imagine if this gravity distortion unit comes from the microwave that we've seen before, experimental on the bananas. This generates a local gravity sine wave. As the time machine passes through the singularity, the gravity distortion unit regulates the pressure to ensure safe passage. I'm not a specialist, so I cannot explain the mechanics any further. Let me just say that Kerr black holes can be manufactured. I assume everyone's aware of CERN's current experiments with black hole creation. TLDR, shut the fuck up! Unstable? That sounds dangerous. Oh, look! Tyler's black holes are gonna swallow the Earth! He's not just a mass murderer, he's trying to wipe out the entire human race! Find his parents before it's too late. tell his parents on him. Son, are you creating black holes again? Go to your room and think about your actions. It's not that you want to explain, it's that you can't. Oh, how do you set the destination? The Earth is constantly moving, or didn't you know that? By the way, I propose the title equals Howin Fury, lol. Oh my god, this guy is thinking the same way as I am. Kurigohan and Kamehameha. I set the destination with the VGO system. VGO? That's variable gravity lock. It functions by reading the local gravity of this destination and locking the Tipler sine wave onto that location. By locking onto Earth's gravity, it ensures that I don't end up floating in space. It uses 4 cesium clocks to make the calculations, so the margin of error is negligible. All he needs to shut up. Oh, I never heard of any title from 10 years ago. No. Yeah, some people are gonna think, oh god, Rintaro is at it again. Now he's creating another persona to make his claims, and for that matter, Tyler's claims, like, credible. To create a reputation out of a hero with a false account to reply back and forth. So the universe is deep in Tyler's shit. The same information was in the Tyler book. All they've done is post 10-year-old copy pasta. Anyone could do that. How do I know you're the real Tyler? Juntan Somoe. My waifu, I recognize different opinions. I'm feeling more and more disappointed. Still nothing concrete. Nice try, I guess, but I won't be fooled. Phew. Okay. Whoa. I shouldn't waste all day on that channel. We have more important things to deal with. Namely, the phone wave! Name subject to change. We haven't experimented with it since yesterday. It's high time I figured out what's going on with that thing. Alright. Going back to that adventure. Earlier, I asked Dart to connect the phone wave, name subject to change, to the computer. He finished setting it up yesterday, and now he's about to do the quick wire work in the development room. Alright?
なあ、ダル。なぜペケロッパなのだ？
X68000. Hold on a second. Oh my god, so much. And then the name for the cathode ray tube. This name is used more commonly in Germany and Japan. It comes from the name of the inventor of the cathode ray tube, Carl Ferdinand Braun. Yeah, that one thing that gremlins are playing with, like inside TVs. I know that. Fictional. An American automobile brand. Okay, in Japanese, please. A teasing phrase used on online message boards to tell an incomprehensible poster to please post comprehensively. Is that a Japanese thing? I guess it's like the equivalent of English, motherfucker, do you speak it? In astrophysics, a point of infinite gravity, singularities are predicted to exist at the center of black holes. However, since it is impossible to observe the interior of a singularity, the existence of such cannot be proven. In a black hole, the singularity is formed by the gravitational collapse of a dying star. For example, imagine a star millions of kilometers in diameter. I imagine that entire star's mass compressed into a space smaller than the period at the end of this sentence. That is a singularity. A 16-bit PC sold in Japan in the late 1980s. 16-bit PC. Its peculiar twin tower case was dubbed Manhattan-shaped. It's a 20-year-old machine with specs lower than my cell phone.
ロマンだからに決まってんじゃん、上皇。
主人公が日本人なのにオッドアイである理由のようなものか。
Odd-eyed? Oh wait, heterochromia iridis. A condition where the eyes are different colors. A trait often found in anime and manga characters. There usually isn't a reason for the character to be odd-eyed. It's mostly just for moe or the coolness factor.
全然意味がわからん。
ロマンだ。
ロマンならしょうがないな。いずれにしてもラボには他に空いてる PC がなかったんだよ。
お前の最新 PC は？
ふざけんな。こんなわけのわからんものにつなげて、もし動作が遅くなったらどうすんだよ。
Yeah. I mean, in similar fashion to the banana, what if the insides of the computer is gonna turn into mush, into like gelatinous green alien goop? Selfish bastard? Yeah, sure. He is the selfish bastard. Besides, we made the phone wave, name subject to change, together. It's our crazy machine. It's our baby.
そういえば、ゲル化については調べてきたん？
ああ、今朝大学に行ってきた。
Why would a banana jellify? What kind of science are we dealing with here?
顕微鏡で調べてみたんだが、分子レベルでズタズタだった。
ズタズタ？
そう転移とかそういうレベルではなかった。バナナではない何かになっていた。
Phase transition. Is that like between liquids and solids and gas? A phase transition is what occurs when a substance changes from one state of matter to another. Examples include liquid solid, freezing, liquid gas, evaporation, ferromagnetic paramagnetic, magnetic, and a vacuum phase transition. Yeah, stuff like that. So what would this even be? It's not just phase transition. It became something entirely different.
腐食した可能性はないか。2分間チンしたぐらいで腐るはずないもんな。
フラクタル構造を思い出したよ。
Oh my god, so many tips. Jesus. I mean, you know, understandable. In like a lot of cases, this is also like a science kind of stuff. So you the general audience is not gonna know some of the stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that is not even science to begin with. In geometry, a structure that demonstrates self-similarity. The smallest portion of a fractal stack structure will appear similar to the whole. Common examples of fractable structures are snowflakes and coastlines. Wait, hold on a second. Geometry. Self-similarity. The smallest portion of a fractal structure will appear similar to the whole. I don't understand what that means.
メンガーのスポンジだっけ？
Another tip, an example of a fractal structure. Take a cube and do the following. 1. For each side of the cube, cut a square hole in the center with a 1 divided by 9, the area of the face. Okay, very, very small. Each side now has 8 squares. Like, I'm thinking of this in a 3D modeling kind of mentality right over here. I'm a 3D modeler. For each of these 8 squares, cut a new hole with 1 divided by 9, the area of the square. Repeat an infinite number of times. The result is a sponge-like structure whose surface area approaches infinity as its volume approaches 0.
ああ、バナナにフラクタル図形の穴をナノレベルで無限に開けていったような感じ。
なんかやばくね？何が起きてるんだろ
う？俺には一つ仮説がある。
Adding a dramatic pause to build tension. Daru gulps, waiting for me to continue.
電子レンジの電磁波の影響という仮説だ。
え？それってどういう？
俺の推測が正しければ、電話レンジカッコ仮はとんでもない殺傷兵器になりうる。軍事に転用すれば、戦争の歴史が塗り替わるだろう。
I twist my lips into a maniacal grin. Then, I whip out my phone and put it to my ear.
俺だ。計画は第2段階を迎えた。あ、いずれ奴らは思い知ることになるだろう。グランドジャッジメントは近いのだとな。
Oh boy, talking to his imaginary evil friend. You know, imagine this kind of twist. Imagine if in these moments where he's basically talking to himself and he's thinking that he's not talking to anyone, there is actually somebody who is spying on him and is listening to these conversations through the phone, even if he doesn't realize it. And he's saying like, we're proceeding to stage 2 of the plan. Soon they will learn that judgment day is near. And then whoever's on the other side of the phone spying on him is like, what the fuck? Is he aware of my existence? Imagine that.
すべてはシュタインズゲートの意志であり、人類はそれに抗うことはできん。エル、プサイ、コングルー。
Kongru. There's that Steins Gate thing again.
妖精さんと話してんじゃねえっつうの。接続終わったぜい。
I want to explain that he's not an imaginary, but revealing the identity of my contact would be a betrayal. The last thing I need is another enemy, especially one whose power and cutting rivals stacked over the organization. Oh, I like that's a compliment for Daro. The phone wave, name subject to change, is now an indecipherable mess of wires. All we did was hook it up to a computer, yet it turned out like something MacGyver would put together. MacGyver? Is he talking about MacGyver? Fictional, a popular TV drama that aired in America from 1985 to 1992. The protagonist, MacGyver, was famous for overcoming obstacles with tools fashioned from common household items. Yeah, it's MacGyver. I've heard of him throughout the years, even though I have never watched like anything MacGyver related. I know that he is like some genius who can solve stuff with like common appliances or something like that, I don't know. Now we can access the microwave's terminal mode and see exactly what's going on in its computer brain. Terminal mode. Using another networked external computer terminal to operate a program that cannot run otherwise.
で、どうする？
バナナは用意してある。
Just before I left May Queen plus Nyan at the power 2, Mayuri asked me to buy some bananas. With her money. She's too nice for her own good. Or maybe she didn't even consider what would happen. By now, you'd think she'd know that if I buy bananas, I'm going to experiment on them. Duh. Okay. You got mail. Why cannot I open my phone? Okay, now I can. Maybe because you cannot open your phone like in a flashback. See, you've got mail. Another one from Faris. The holders of original sin, also known as the prophets. Yeah. Among them is the girl known as the fallen angel who accepted chaos. Yeah. I attached a picture of her face, so I remember it well. Yeah. Oh, and before I forget, looking at the picture without protection will cause Divine Eye to activate original sin. Excitation mode 666. Compulsory receptors, which will annihilate you at the subatomic level. So be careful. Yeah. Is that's one? Okay, I think that might be one of the characters from Chaos Head, from what I remember. There was like this one girl with short hair that was... Oh boy. Yeah.
丸々使うとまた眉毛がしょんぼりしちゃうんじゃね？それ眉毛のお金で買ってきたんだろ？
So, you know, a little bit of context right over here. A little bit of backstory right over here. I've read Chaos Head like years ago. I think this may be the first time that I'm saying this like on the channel. I've read Chaos Head like years and years ago, so I cannot say that I remember the story like at all. Like what the fuck happened. I just remember that it was quite a heavy read for me. Like it was a little bit too heavy for me. Because the protagonist was... he was a shut-in hikikomori, and he was quite... he was quite difficult to be around with, given the way that he interacted with everybody and the way he was and all that. So his tragedies, his suffering throughout the story was a little bit too much for me to go through at times, that it was a bit too much emotionally for me to read, so I cannot say that it was the most pleasant thing. Reason why you're probably never gonna see me go through Chaos Head on this channel. Because when I started Steins Gate, I wanted like an adventure that was a little bit more easy on the soul for me. Something a little bit easier, like after Higurashi and all that. I mean, so far, I'm really glad of what we're going through right over here, because so far it seems pretty lighthearted. Like Rintaro is pretty funny, like the characters are quite fun to talk to and all that. Rintaro is a Chunibyo, but at least he is talking to people and he's having like fun interactions with people, so it's easy on the soul for me going through this for right now. And you know, second of all, when it comes to Chaos Head, like some of the characters were so annoying in the sense that they were so mysterious and like they would just never explain what the fuck is going on like, to the protagonist, like to a point where it got a little bit frustrating. That woman that we seen with the white hair, with the white short hair, like was one of those characters was like so mysterious and talks in cryptic ways and all that, that you, for most of the story you couldn't understand what the fuck is going on, and we needed some explanations slash being direct to her. And oh my god, I remember there was this one girl with long black hair, was a little bit rough around the edge. She was in similar fashion too, like she knew a lot more than the main protagonist of that story, and she was being condescending about it too, like, wait, you don't know about this? Are you stupid? No, bitch, of course I don't know. What the fuck, can you tell me what is going on? Maybe one day when I would reread it, maybe I'll have like different opinions about it, but as of now
奴から提供された研究費だ。
そもそも丸々全部使う必要なんてないし、一本でいいよ、一本で。
Daro trees the bananas, peels one from the bunch, and sticks it back inside the phone wave. Then subject to change. Okay, let's do this. Let's do the experiment.
実験に金をケチるようでは、世界の支配構造を作り変えることなどできんぞ。
作り変えたいと思ってんのはオカリンだけだって。
He lost all enthusiasm the second we got back to the lab. What a fickle man.
ほら、早く携帯からタイマー入力よろ。
Right. Now, where did I put my phone? Phone. Is this one of those moments where I have to do the interactivity? Alright. Do I do it? Do I do it myself? Let's see. Phone wave. Alright. Call complete. Instant access.
RENG こちらは電話レンジカッコ仮です。
The Mayushi guidance system.
こちらからタイマー操作ができます。シャープボタンを押した後、温めたい秒数をプッシュしてください。
マユシーガイダンスにスキップ機能をつけておくんだった。待たされるとイライラする。
例えば1分ならシャープ60、2分ならシャープ120です。
It's finally over. Okay, entering 120 DS. Okay. Complete. The turntable inside the phone wave, named subject to change, begins to spin backwards.
2分は結構長いんだよな。
It doesn't actually have to be 2 minutes. Mayuri had the timer set to 2 minutes when she first discovered the freezing function. Or whatever it is. So we're just reproducing that. Naturally, we have experimented with 60 seconds, and 180 seconds too. If we set it shorter, the freezing only goes halfway, if at all. Conversely, setting it longer increases the effect.
でもさ、マジで電磁波のせいだったら僕らの細胞なんかもスカスカになっちゃってんのか？
While still looking bored, Daru finally gets into the discussion at hand.
お前は電話レンジカッコ仮の中に入ってチンされたことがあるのか？
そもそも入れない罠。つうか、電磁波の影響ってソースは？
あえて言うならば、マッドサイエンティストとしての勘だ。
It's his aura. His aura reproduces the electromagnetic waves.
根拠なしとか。
かつてエジソンはこう言った。1% のひらめきがなければ 99% の努力は無駄でしかない。だから発明家よ、ひらめけと。
天才は 1% のひらめきと 99% の努力じゃなかった？
残念だったな。近年ではそれは誤って広まったものだというのが常識になっているのだ。ふわ
エジソンが言ったん？ひらめけって。
そう。ひらめけとだ。
I don't know if that was exactly what he said, but I'm sure it was something along those lines. At least, that's what the wiki said.
ゆえに、天才マッドサイエンティストである俺は常にひらめ。
The phone wave needs to change rings.
しかしチンをしたところでゲル状になるだけで新しい発見など何もないよな。
It feels like I wasted 120 seconds on nothing. Daru opens the phone wave, needs to change, just a door and peeks inside.
お？
Okay, he rubs his eyes, blinks several times, then resumes staring into the microwave.
何をしている？
いや、あれ、消えた。
消えたって何が？
It's a time machine!
バナナが。
What is he talking about? I push Darwin aside and look into the phone wave. Names start to change.
ない。
There's nothing inside. The banana has vanished without a trace. Gee, Rintaro, that was quite a lovely magic trick that you did there. After a short pause to collect myself, I whip out my phone and speak into the silence.
俺だ。厄介なことになった。俺たちはどうやらとんでもないものを目覚めさせてしまったらしい。
とんでもないものってなんぞ？
I ignored Daru's panic cry. I'm surprised too. My heart's pounding. But I try to appear calm.
今すぐに緊急要請666号クーリングオフを発動させろ。
Activate Order 666.
何？政府の承認？バカか！そんなことを言ってる場合ではない。このままではこの国が吹っ飛ぶぞ。
I put my phone away after yelling.
自演をつ。
うるさいフェルスの総監。それでバナナをどこに隠した？
誰がストーカーだよ。
バナナを出して。手品でも披露して得意になっているつもりか？
隠したのはオカリンだろ。
Uncomfortable silence. I realize my throat is dry. The more important question is, what will happen to the banana now that it was sent in time? Will it be picked up by somebody else and it's gonna eat it? Imagine if, either it's sent into the future or in the past. Mayuri is gonna be the one to observe, like the banana suddenly appearing in front of her, and she's gonna be like, "Ooh, I was hungry," and then she's gonna eat them.
なんで消えたんだよ。
Like any moment now, in the future, we're gonna notice Mayuri suddenly with some bananas, in her hands. The characters are not gonna question her, she's just eating some bananas. But those bananas are coming from right here.
知らんがな。
どこに行った？バナナ！バナナ！
Banana! I take the turntable out of the microwave, scour every nook and cranny, but find neither peel nor stem of the banana.
そうか。わかったぞ。これは電磁波兵器などではなく、テレポートが可能な電子レンジだったのだ。
Alright. So you're thinking that too.
なんだってってそんな無茶な。
でなければこの密室からバナナが消えるはずがない。
ひとまず冷静になるべきじゃね。
そうだな。
We each take a deep breath. Oh, I know. I'll eat one of the remaining bananas. That will calm me down. Alright. I reach for a bunch of bananas. Impossible. Impossible. What? Not 3 minutes ago, Daru plucked a banana from the bunch and put it inside the phone wave. Name subject to change. Oh, so it's one banana and now it's got sent back here? Ah, it got sent back in... wait, what? But now there's no sign that a banana was ever plucked. Okay, so I think it got sent back... Like, probably, like, okay, you pick the banana, you put the banana, like, inside, and it got teleported, and a couple of seconds later, it got teleported back to its original spot, like, behind Rintaro and Daru, without noticing, and it got gelatinous for some reason. Instead, a single jellified banana has appeared among the regular bananas.
なんじゃこりゃどうなってんだ
But then, how come, like last time when a bunch of bananas that got jellified still remained like inside the microwave, shouldn't they be teleported to like the previous position, like outside the microwave? How come this one got teleported and the other one, the other ones just stayed inside the microwave? Daru notices it too. He reaches out to touch it, but I quickly stop him.
誰よこのラボに今バナナはいくつある
多分このバナナだけ
このゲルバナがくっついているところはお前がさっきちぎった場所か
わかんねえそこまで確認してないしこのゲルバナ完全にくっついてるな
No cuts or anything. Aside from the jellification, it looks completely normal.
なあ誰これってもしかして
The word I spoke impulsively a few seconds ago. I hesitate to speak it again. But I must, because no matter how unbelievable it may be, we saw it with our own eyes. My head's full of question marks. I don't know how this happened. But if I were to explain it as I saw it, the banana that was inside the phone wave, name subject to change, returned instantly to its bunch. In other words...
テレポートだったりするんじゃないか
Woohoo! We created a teleporter! Okay, let's try this again. Let's put another banana inside and see if it actually teleported. And we observed a bunch of bananas. I hear a girl's voice coming from the lounge. Hmm?
興味深い実験してますね。
誰だ
My heart just skipped a beat. I turned towards the voice in surprise. And get pierced by a sharp stare.
バカだなぜ貴様がここに
Oh hey, not only did we teleport a banana, but we also teleported a cute girl inside our lab here.
若干18歳にしてサイエンスに論文が掲載された天才囚人監視の中で男をいじめるド S 女そしてまたの名をザ・ゾンビ
Zombie!
マキセ・クリス
説明セリフオツ
誰がゾンビだ誰が
一体どういうことだ何が目的でここへ
あなたに会いに来たの岡部倫太郎さんじゃなくて法王院京馬さんだった
Wait, did her sprite to change like mid-sentence there? Cause that's pretty awesome. Wait, how the hell does she know my real name? I've never spoken in front of her. I feel like...
そうかやはり貴様機関に所属するエージェントしかも特殊能力者だなそれならば不死であることもうなずける
だから死んでないって勝手に殺さないでくださいよ橋田さんこの人何とかしてもらえませんか
この状況でマキセ氏が現れたから オカリンは混乱してると思われ。
Daru doesn't seem fazed by this girl's entrance. Why? Wait, you guys know each other?
誰？裏切ったのか？
オカリン暴走しすぎ。
マキセ・クリスに弱みを握られたか？それとも色香に惑わされたか？
I glare at Kurisu. He's my right hand man. How dare you?
許さんぞこのビーチが。
落ち着け。
Kurisu's eyes flash dangerously. I think. She always looks like she's looking at me with dangerous eyes, so I cannot tell the difference. If she's doing it even more dangerously or less dangerously. Such intensity from an 18-year-old. Such intensity from an 18-year-old. Maybe she didn't resurrect her for her first if. Maybe she's a robotic killing machine constructed to replace the dead Kurisu. Is that it? For now, I'll do as I'm told.
この場所のことは昨日講義が終わった後で橋田さんから聞いたの。あなたの名前もね。
That's all? The truth is kind of a letdown.
俺と話をしに来たと言ったな。
そうです。私が死んだのを見たっていうのが事実なのか、単なるセクハラの言い訳なのか、それについての回答が欲しくて。
What? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That just... I came to see if that was the truth. Or just a pathetic excuse to grope me. Oh, okay. Now that she mentions it, she did treat me like I was a perv yesterday. Wait, so which one are you actually after? Okay, well, I suppose I should be grateful that she didn't call the cops on me after what I did. But what choice did I have? Anybody would react the same way if a dead person reappeared before them, right?
でも今のあなたの振る舞いで理解した。どうやら単なるセクハラだったみたい。つまり私の予測が証明されたということ。
勝手に結論を出さないでもらおうか。お前は俺を誤解している。
I must clear my name, or I'll be labeled as a perv forever.
まあそのことは今はいいんです。
It's gonna remain that forever.
え、いいのか？
That's a relief. I was sure she was going to call the police. But that, for now, part bothers me. Kurisu enters the development room with a quick, confident stride. Even though she's only 18, she's got a decent figure and good posture. I love that you always accentuate that she's 18. Like, what is that? Yeah, I get it. She's 18. What is so special about that? Not much in her chest, though. Her presence seems to fill the cramped room, driving me and Daru to the corners. Can't she tell this area is off limits?
そういえばまともに自己紹介してませんでしたね。マキセ・クリスです。改めましてよろしく。
She holds out her hand. What is she trying to do? Shoot lightning from her fingertips?
握手もできないの？日本の男の人って常識が足りないんじゃない？
Our old Japanese men this... Are you a foreigner? I mean... Your name surely isn't foreign, but... That sounded like a very foreign thing to say. This girl genius is asking for a handshake? Well, she is asking for a handshake. Like, Japanese people usually bow, like, and all that, but... I mean, it's not a really exclusive thing that... Actually, I don't know. Japanese people do shake their hands too if they want, like this day and age, right? Anyway, we only met yesterday, and just moments ago she was on the verge of calling the cops.
欧米か？
アメリカで7年暮らしてますが何か。
Okay, there you go. It makes sense.
欧米か。
I looked down at her slender fingers. Glossy, healthy fingernails. No unnecessary nail polish.